Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is DFree here today. We are going to go ahead and talk about Android 17 a little bit more. There is something that you guys need to make sure that you do. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video if you happen to be new to the channel. Otherwise, let's go ahead and, well, if you're here, right, just in general, you know what I'm saying. If you're new, hit that subscribe though. But anyways, here's the deal. The Android 17 is the next Dokkan Festival that is coming to global. Now, the time frame for this is kind of weird because first and foremost, Vegeta should have came alongside him Jiren's Awakening event. Other than that, I mean, there's that legendary, not legendary, but that Dokkan Festival election thing that we had. So Hit should be coming too. So like, it's weird. People were telling me this is probably because he came out over on Fighters for free promotion. That is fair. That's probably why. Otherwise, but if you want to know more about that, my breakdown for that unit, the Android category, and things like that, there's a video in the description you can check out that I did last night that covers everything. Okay, and potentially other characters that are coming alongside him, such as LR Cell, Android 21. Again, more on that in the video in the description, so make sure you check that out. Otherwise, so in this video, what I wanted to do is we're going to go ahead and give you guys some tips. So here's the deal. The time frame for this is wonky. I pointed this out in that video, but I wanted to make sure this got its own special feature here on the channel. So the announcements typically are indicative of when the events go live. So first and foremost, Training in the Clouds is getting renewed. I didn't even look at this. I didn't even see this, but that's dope. That event is incredibly old. Here's the deal. The event timer is set at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time tomorrow night. So right now, again, Pacific Standard Time, you can use a time converter, but that's literally, it's 10 a.m. Pacific Time. You can see my time in the corner. So tomorrow night, literally, that is when this guy should be coming out. Now, the deal with that is there's currently an event that's on right now, the Universe Survival Saga, in which you can actually farm Android 17 on Stage 6. And he comes out as a natural SSR. You don't need to do anything special. But the thing about this is you can also farm medals for this guy if you need those or whatever. But the thing about this event is that it expires tomorrow night, a little bit after, at 30 minutes later, pretty much, I believe. So, like, it's weird. 11:30 versus, I believe this is 11:59. So, literally, just 30 minutes later, it expires. Now, they could issue some sort of extension to this or whatever, because right there it says that, but right here it says the 4th, which is literally just an hour later. I don't know when exactly it's going away, but sometime tomorrow night, pretty much, it should be going away. So you might be saying to yourself, hey, what's the correlation if you don't know already? But pretty much what this means is Android 17 is actually farmable by using this unit. So what I'm saying, long story short, is make sure, hear me, make sure that if you in any way plan to summon for Android 17, have an archive of these held onto, right? Because it's so much more beneficial to use these because they come out at SSR already. You don't need to upgrade them, but you can upgrade them to UR for that 100% chance and things like that, right? So very, very useful. Make sure that you do this while you have the opportunity. So that means if you need to do stamina refills or whatever, if you are planning to summon for 17. Now, another thing that you could do is wait for 17 to return. Now, the issue with that is we don't know when 17 returns because his event is actually the most recent Dokkan Festival aside from the Goku Frieza stuff that just came out over on JP. So we don't know when he's coming back. I believe again, there might be one in there in the middle, but I think he's the most recent one. Anyways, he's very recent. So we don't know when he's coming back. He can come back in a couple months. It could be 5 months. Who knows? And then also the issue with that is, you know, when he comes back, maybe this event isn't live. So as far as 17 is concerned, it's not the end of the world if you don't farm him because there are all of these other Android 17s right here on the screen that can be used to raise the super attack of the physical 17 that you would summon otherwise. So any of these characters right here can be used. The tech ones, if you have extra of these, you don't need them for whatever reason, whatever, they can be used as well. The AGL one, he's very solid on Extreme AGL, but otherwise not very useful, so you can farm him and turn him into a super attack increase for 17 potentially. Or you could just use Kai's. I mean, there's that. I typically try to make sure that, you know, everybody's aware of the avenues for the 17, you know, ahead of time, or all the characters ahead of time, you know. So other than that, you get him on Stage 6, like I said, which is right here. You fight against Topo. There's 2 stages. Per normal difficulty versus Z-hard difficulty. The Z-hard one will give you the better drop. be aware of that. It says or, but I don't know if you can get both. But either way, this stage does drop the Android number 17. You do not need any sort of medals, but if you want to go ahead and use the other one, you can get the medals down here if you want to awaken it for whatever reason on the final stage. That's not the best way to do this, though. Other than that, if you have any sort of Android 18 units that need to be farmed or anything like that, make sure you do that as well, because her event is, this event's going away as well, along with the ability to farm this unit as well. So we have Android number 18 right here. I want to go ahead and show you guys that Android. So what happens with Android 18 is let me actually do it this way. We'll go over to Android Assault. It's not the best way to do this. There's not a lot of Android 18s, but more importantly, the Android 18 here, she's farmable. You would want to farm her, things like that, right? So I'd have to pull up the full chart for her, but that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys that tip, make sure everybody was aware. So again, recap, 17 is basically coming out right before this event goes away. So if you need to farm 17s or 18s, make sure that you do it. I can't tell you when this event would come back, so you could be in that position where you have 17 and you're waiting for the event, which is not something that you want to do. If there's anything else you need to farm, such as medals for any of these characters, make sure that you do that as well. So have an awesome day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch all of you in the next Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video.